Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. The quorum has been assembled. Let us
See,
begin.
I'm trying to show up late so that I don't hear as much stupid shit.
Well, that's unfortunate for you.
Yeah.
Where's the alcohol?
Right next to me.
God damn it. I have to share it, right?
Sure, just go invent the way to transfer alcohol over voice.
I feel that is a dangerous technology that we should not allow you to have.
Nah, man. Nah.
Listen, once we figure out quantum entanglement for consumers, it'll be perfect.
Wrestling! Let's go!
Feel them slam you into the fucking floor, loser!
Oh, God. You know what? Let's go look at Percy Jackson stuff.
Oh god.
Why would you make that choice?
Because.
Percy Jackson tends to be
Horrible.
either readable or god awful, right?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. But anyway, hello, Internet! Welcome to Fanfiction Theater 9005, episode 74. I'm your host, SneakyDevil. Let's get started.
I think you're going to have to fix the title.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
73.
I did not hit done.
Ray.
That should fix it. The dust of Solarisius? I don't like where this is going already. You cowards can't kill me. Dialogue tag in the summary, and everything is capitalized for some reason. I laughed at their faces. They glared, for they knew it was true, and so they settled on the next best thing. Banishing the nigh omnipotent being who is absolutely immortal to the body of a 14-year-old. How is that the next? OC self-insert god. Multi-shipping. I don't know what the fuck that means. Gamerfic.
I love how he says nigh omnipotent. And then
Nigh
get
omnipotent.
banished.
Don't worry, he's not omnipotent, guys.
Like, he says that specifically, and it's like, you got outwitted by a bunch of people and banished to a child.
You're
not that omnipotent.
Yeah, you've lost the right to use the word omnipotent when describing yourself when you get kicked in, your dick kicked in, and you get thrown into the body of a child.
If you're omnipotent, you would have seen something, unless they had
That's
some sort of
omniscience.
MacGuffin. Oh.
Omnipotent is all powerful, which means he would never
Okay.
be in a situation where he could get his shit kicked in and thrown into the body of a 14-year-old.
Ah. That's right.
All right. Well, that's the first mixed drink completed for the night. Oopsies. Also, the first mixed drink spilled for the night. Don't worry about it. So yeah, apparently, him waking up with gamer powers lets him know that he's been reborn into the world of Percy Jackson. I'm not sure how that works, but that's how the author wrote it. Because that's the that's his self-insert's reaction to waking up with gamer powers at the age of 14. Is yes, it is time. I am in the Percy Jackson universe. Oh, yeah, that's a
Yeah, that's normal.
yeah. That's what you do. You wake up with gamer powers. You're like, obviously Percy Jackson. Not sure you connect the two, but hey, I'm not being paid to connect the two. I'm just being paid to mock it. See, terrible dialogue tagging, self-narrative mockery. Hmm. This god is named Matt. And he gets reborn as Percy Jackson. Uh-huh. And the gamer system is a sarcastic, narcissistic, mocky.
How about just once the gamer system be kind, cheerful, and helpful?
Yeah, no, that can't be done because the authors have to be snarky because snarky means they're good at humor.
You know what I would love to see? How's about, and this is fucking crazy, what if they made it like what if you just took the stealth suit from New Vegas and made that the gamer system? Like, that's the gamer system. It really wants to help you, but it knows it's not doing its best and it feels really bad and you just want to give it a hug.
I've actually read a couple of those. They're good. They're good stories.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
one
damn.
of
Should
them was
link them.
Yeah, one of them was a DxD story. I forget the name of now.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the author decided to do that super risky thing where they reset the universe.
Oh, is it Cheryl?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
for fuck's sake.
no, it was not like Shiro. Like it's part of their plot that the universe is getting reset. Yeah. Unfortunately, that wasn't a very well received decision because they spent like about 2 books of words covering the DxD universe with the gamer elements in it. And then they're like, oh no, a glitch occurred, and they have to evacuate the universe and go to a new universe while the gamer admins fix the old universe.
Wait, could that be Orf, maybe?
It is somewhat like Orf's story, yeah, with how the gamer
Yeah.
system operates, yeah. And it's really cringy though because he didn't take it too well that his readers didn't appreciate the fact that he was going to reset everything and start from zero again after they just read books worth of character development.
Fucking idiot.
How Spurg?
Yeah.
That just is,
No,
that
like
reminds me if you told me about how the Tanya DxD story kind of did something similar, but wasn't as risky.
Oh, you're thinking of Tanya Danmachi. Tanya DxD would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Damachi. Yeah, like you mentioned, I think you brought up this topic before about that whole wiping all the progress. It just kind of just upsets more of the readers than anything because the character starts from the ground zero.
Yeah, it's narratively, it sounds cool, but it's a very bad idea. Because the readers have already gotten used to your character having a certain power level and being able to deal with certain problems. No one wants to see the hero's journey restart halfway through because the hero got shot in the head. And and then they have to work their way back from the beginning again because they lost all their upgrades. That's not super interesting. That works when you're making a new game, Samus. But it doesn't really work when, midway through the game, where they're just like, oh, by the way, all that work you put in, it's zeroed out now and it's no longer relevant.
Like, you can put someone in, right? You can have the prison sequence where you temporarily take that stuff away.
Right, yeah.
Honestly, I think it's gonna sound weird. One of my favorite prison sequences came from a Star Wars game, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, because they take away your lightsaber, and at that point in the game, you're taking a lot of pretty powerful equipment to start with on missions, and they take all that away. So you have to figure out how to break out of your cell using the Force, and then you have to go and find some stormtroopers and get their E11s, and you're going through the vast majority of the level just scooping up stormtrooper weapons and killing things with the Force.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've done that before in a D&D campaign where we got captured. We got powerful, we got captured, we got put in prison, anti-magic, blah blah blah. All of our equipment's gone, yada yada, and so we had to make our way out of the prison using only our skill checks, our ingenuity, and luck, and that was
Mhm.
fun, even though it took a couple of sessions, and that was fun because we had the power level, then we lost it all, but we knew we were gonna we knew all we had to do to get it back was get out of the prison.
And then you could murder the people who put you in there.
Right, exactly. But yeah, no, this is the whole reset to zero thing. And the other reason why narratively it's bad is because you can't really progress the plot until the character regains that same level of power level. So then you have to spend a bunch of narrative time either having them regain to that power level they previously were at so you can start progressing the plot again, or you have to just time skip it, which renders your power level reduction null and void. So it's really a lose-lose situation when you do the whole reset to zero stuff. Orf got away with it because he did a whole roguelite scenario in where he sort of reset, but he got bonuses from his previous quote-unquote playthroughs. And so it was sort of cool in that fashion.
He basically got benefits for what he did rather than a complete hard, you've lost everything.
Right. And because he got benefits from, say, the Skyrim universe, and now he's going into a very unmagical zone like Bioshock, where the magic is very, very low powered comparatively to fucking Skyrim. You get to have
Hell yeah.
you get to have a lot more fun. You get to have sequence breaking and shit like that, and you get to do interesting things now that you've gotten these, guns, magic, or etc. that is not normally in the universe you're now in. And so it kind of snowballs on itself in a very interesting, fun way that makes it enjoyable to read. These sort of scenarios where it's like squared to zero, not great. Because it's just like, okay, well, it's basically I'm just reading a new story now, so there's no real point in having read the story I did read because it stopped halfway. And the author was planning on doing this multiple times, and so that's why I never ended up recommending that story, because it was kind of just like a. And unfortunately, because of how much blowback the author got, and because of how difficult it is to write a whole new story and somehow still make references to a previous story, but not actually having any of the elements previous story in your new story, he just stopped writing and stopped updating. And that's kind of inevitable. When you piss off your audience, they tend to not take it too well. But so yeah, back to this garbage right here in front of us. Yeah, no. Spamming the word no. The viewers are not allowed to read this. No. Kind of really cringe. Like, don't put this shit in. The whole honestly, Deadpool, as fun of a character as he is a detriment to modern storytelling, because so many people see Deadpool and Deadpool-inspired elements of narrative and then try to shove it into their stories, but then do it
Not understanding why it's good, why it's funny, and how not to overdo it.
right. And so we end up with shit like this. And wow, he gains perks, he gains boons, he gains special abilities. Master of Rhetoric is apparently an ability. Apprentice of Charisma, somehow that's an ability. Like Palpatine said, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Ah yes, Palpatine's famous quote. God, I hate authors. Yeah, so anyway, horrible grammar, no idea how to use dialogue tags. For some reason, random words are just randomly capitalized for no apparent reason.
Oh, I do that when I want to make Sneaky angry.
And then some super F breast-sized woman walks into his room and she's super hot, amazingly hot, super omega hot. And he decides to observe her, and everything about her is question marks. And
He uses the gamer's mind so he doesn't pop a boner.
yeah, he uses the gamer's mind so he doesn't pop a boner.
That's a fucking passive!
And she's also in love with Percy. Just randomly happens to also be in love with Percy. Just came out of nowhere. His character didn't exist until now. Suddenly exists now, and also massively in love with Percy. And then we're just going to get a giant list of all of his abilities. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Observation. A few masturbation attempts later. That's literally the time skip. That's literally what he wrote for the time skip. Jin, he just has amazing eye for detail. What can I say? And he maxed out observation, and that's why he's able to see these all the secret prophetess river of sorrow. Oh yeah, okay.
What?
She's got her job is monarch, and she's got 10 bajillion health and 10 bajillion mana arbitrarily. She is the history teacher for Percy Jackson. Oh, okay, so we're just gonna hop straight into the pedophilia. We're just hopping straight into the pedophilia of the question mark old goddess having sexual attraction to the 14-year-old, likely before he was 14 as well.
I mean, what could possibly be wrong with that?
She's borderline obsessive and a yandere, of course, as well. There was a flash of gold as time stopped, and there he was, his nephew and adopted son, Alistair the Chancellor. Okay, so this isn't a self-insert. This is worse than a self-insert, everyone. The OC is his dad. The dad he always wanted to have. I wish I was fucking kidding.
Is it the author's self-insert that he always wanted as a dad, or...
So, the author has a character called Alistair the Chancellor. That's him, the author. The character we've just been reading about, Matt, the God of Everything, is his dad. his OC is his fantasy dad. God.
14.
This is what fatherless behavior does to you, kids.
Oh god.
Holy shit. Oh, God. Holy fuck. Okay, we're getting out of here. The heir of Olympus, the statue of Athena.
We couldn't
AU.
even finish the first chapter.
Nope. I'm fucking done. I'm done entertaining this. You know what? I will leave a review.
Okay, let's see this shit.
Couldn't even finish this garbage gamer story. Trash. First chapter. Because you already wrote in a fantasy about you having a dad. Bro, that's a level of sad and pathetic that I didn't even know was possible. Oh, God.
The author would like to thank you for your continued support.
I'm sure he would love to thank me for that support I just gave him.
Send him to fucking life counseling.
Indeed. Let's see who we got here. Carpe Noctem. Born as a werewolf, Raina has been on her own for years, struggling to survive with no pack, friends, or family. Raina does whatever it takes to make it to another day because she's a strong female character. A chance encounter and kindness from a centaur gives her the opportunity she sought for so long to stop running, to settle down, and to make friends, and not just survive, but to live her life. 68 chapters, 145k words. Raina R. Who the fuck is Raina? Is she one of them new characters? Okay, oh shit. Yeah, I think she is one of them.
Wait, no, she's the Roman praetor.
We've been
Wasn't she?
yeah, we've been here before. Yes, the magical black girl. Strong female girl boss, and she doesn't need anyone. God, that look. Stormbringer. Percy is off to college with Annabeth, and the demigods are recuperating against after the Battle of San Francisco Bay. He thinks that life is about to get light and breezy until he meets two new demigods on the street near Annabeth's University, introducing two OCs. Oh boy. Hello, it's been a while since I've done any writing. Probably about 8 years. I'm going to upload this story as a test, and if it gathers interest, I'll continue it. But it might not be for about a week while I see how it performs.
In the name of Sigmar, let there be no interest.
Indeed.
Please.
Plus, I'm super busy with a job, and I'm now preparing to go back to college. Why? Please, please do not barrage me with questions about when I'm going to upload a new chapter. Well, author, I don't think you have to worry about that, because you don't have a single review. Because I
Whoa.
won't answer you. Anyways,
Wow, even.
if you like it, let me know. Also, if anyone has any pointers or have noticed anything I missed, don't be afraid to say so. Seen lots of things in his strange life, like groups of Amazons getting swept away in a tidal wave of cheap jewelry, an elephant and SUV-sized dog taking turns slamming into each other. Chimera disguised as a chihuahua, he had kicked baby cherub monsters into bursts of raisin bran. But nothing had made him double take faster than watching a 16-year-old boy body slam the Minotaur into a city bus like they were in a televised wrestling match. He was sure Coach Hedge would have gone full superfan mode if he was present, complete with foam fingers and popcorn. He was on his way back. Oh, Nexus, congratulations on joining us late. You just missed a story that we covered where the author was writing a original character fantasy about him having a dad.
Bro, you can't just say that.
Yes, I can.
You
When it is a factual statement, he can.
fucking Christ.
Yep. Not Percy Jackson having a dad, by the way. The author having a dad. Good thing I missed
Impossible
it.
challenge.
Early in the
I was gonna
afternoon,
say, dude, you missed the cringe. That's not.
the
that's
bus
something
folded
you
like
don't wanna
paper,
see.
glass shattered. So far, I will say the author has some decent narrative flow going. I'll give him credit where credit's due. Okay, fighting the Minotaur, blah blah blah. Two black demigods beat up the Minotaur and did massive collateral damage, injuring some people. Okay, we're just gonna move on. Andromeda Achilles Jackson. Andromeda had difficult life, but that became most apparent when she was only 6 years old. Really? The peak difficulties of her life was at 6 years old. Interesting. After running from her stepfather, she is found by gods. As she grows older, she will find out what her destiny is? Question mark? I'm 140 words. I'm horrified. Let's click it. Oh wow. This is about what I expected.
I'm afraid to ask.
Next chapter will be posted tomorrow.
I'm sure it will, author. A small girl about 5 years old with tangled black hair and eyes of ocean during storm sat hidden behind a TV table. Blood was oozing down her arms and dripping onto the stained floor. Pieces of glass struck in her forearms. If you looked close enough, you would see bruises and scars all over her body. Why would he leave us alone with this monster? She thought to herself. Was he even lost at sea? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a Percy replacement story where the OC is a powerful girl boss who goes off and gets raised by the gods because stepfather abused her when she was 5.
Because the gods really give a flying fuck.
Yeah, the gods really cared so much that they even broke the ancient laws about not raising them.
Not that any of them really
For a
gave
child
much
that
shit
wasn't
about
theirs.
that, but
The 7 Warlords of Olympus adopted story V2.
That's several red flags.
Yeah. With every swing of our swords, our enemies fall. Our allies think us immortals. The gods praise our deeds, and our enemies scorn us. We are the 7 warlords of Olympus, and our glory shall be eternal. This is an adopted rewrite. Check my author's notes.
So what I'm hearing is it's cringe.
Probably. Hey everyone, it's been a while since I posted a new story. Off the bat, let's get this clear. The story was originally written by Raven347. If you've been around the site long as I have and have been an avid reader of PJO, you might remember this story.
No.
No. Raven's
I
original
really wish I
story
wasn't a remember of the
was
story.
called The Seven Warlords of Olympus and ran from 2013 to 2017 and never got finished. It ended with 59 chapters and 170k words. I'm sorry, it ran for 4 years and only got to 170k words.
Yeah, boy.
And it wasn't even a crossover. Now, Raven had an amazing story with an intricate plot, but he fell short on grammar. But damn, did he have a raw talent for writing? I highly doubt that. This fic was probably one of my first ones back when I was in middle school.
Yeah, we can tell,
So
author.
let's see, 2013, you were in middle school, which means now in 2022, you're in, let's see, 4 years, 8 years. You're graduating college.
You're assuming they went to college.
I mean, okay, yes, but it's a fair assumption with most people these days.
Yeah, with obsession with college or Walmart.
I'm either going to succeed in college or spend eternity in Walmart.
You say it like both things won't happen.
Now, see, the real gamer move is to get Walmart to pay for your college.
That's true. And then quit Walmart. This fic was probably one of the first ones back when I was in middle school, and looking back on it now that I'm halfway through college, haha! I feel as if
God
it
damn it.
deserves some love and an update. Raven347 hasn't been active since 2018, and I've been unable to reach out for him for permission. But here is a massive disclaimer. I take zero credit for the majority of this story. I will just tweak it here and there, and I will rewrite the first few chapters.
Permission, like that matters. On
On a level, I do think that people just reposting the raw story flat out is just, it's kind of disgusting. Because
It is.
you are taking credit for someone else's work, but on the same level, it's like, bro, if this person has been gone for 5 years now,
They're dead.
you don't gotta worry about them getting angry for you rewriting their story.
Especially on this website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at
No.
least, yeah, I can get, like, mention them in the authors, and they'll be like, hey, this is based on this person's story. I like their idea, but I'm going to add my own flavor to it. It's like, all right, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, but it's a fucking permission. Oh. Oh, you call this improved grammar, huh?
Yes, they do. Max, I sent you something that I hope you'll enjoy.
Yeah, improved grammar, my asshole.
Improved answer.
That is a wall of text. That's another wall of text. That's another wall of text. Another wall of text. Oh god. This is a combat scene. Isn't this a riveting combat scene?
Amazing.
Oh, this entire thing is a combat
This
scene?
whole thing's a combat scene. This paragraph here is a combat scene. Holy
it takes
shit.
up the entire screen.
Yes, it does.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's oh oh boy. Another one. Holy shit.
What in the fuck?
Oh wow. Yeah, this is very rewritten. Much wow. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. I would compliment your grasp of grammar. I didn't realize if you hadn't told me you aren't in middle school anymore. Oh, holy crap. They re-uploaded trash, said they were going to touch it up, and then did nothing to fix it. No, that's false. Let's Google this real quick. They touched it up. Oh no, they touched it.
They definitely touched it.
They touched it up. They improved the grammar. Holy shit.
What the hell?
No, they made it better. They made this is the improved this is the unimproved version. Sorry for grammar error. This first fanfic 1K word not bad for beginner. It is bad for a beginner. It's horrible. Do you really submit essays to teachers with this kind of grammar? Holy shit, the
Probably.
American school system has failed us once more.
I would expect better out of elementary school.
I would too.
I feel like that's an insult to elementary school kids.
No, this is about the writing and reading comprehension level of an elementary schooler. Maybe first grade. But yeah, no, they improved it. This is the original. This original is horrible. But that's kind of like saying, oh, this shiny pile of shit that you put pepper on tastes far better than the raw sewage I was eating earlier. Not exactly a high bar. They didn't have a high bar to hurdle, and they hurdled it. They successfully hurdled that very, very low bar, but the bar they left behind was not much higher. Love is free, not bought. That is patently false. Please read Chapter 4. I am rewriting this fic, but I will not replace any chapters until I rewrite them. What? I'm erroring out. My brain is erroring out.
Just the fucking Windows cannot find.
Yeah, I'm fucking hearing the Windows error sound in my head right now. Annabeth Chase, a girl with horrible past, is forced to go to school.
Damn, how cruel to subject her to the American education system.
Fair.
Yeah, how dare you?
Where everyone knows her secrets, but when she meets Percy Jackson, a boy who doesn't care about her past, will she be able to trust him with her love? Will he turn out like everyone else?
Statistically, he'll turn out like everyone else.
Statistically, yes, but also at the same time, this is a pairing story, so he won't. Trigger warnings for abuse, neglect, mental illness, and other things. I'm gonna click on this story. Before I click on this story, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be inside this story. It's gonna be no superpowers, no gods, no monsters. It's gonna be a high school abuse fic.
Yeah, of course.
Hang on a second, Sneaky. You need to put a comma in there because otherwise people will think you're just talking about normal high school.
I know what I said. She's a schizo and everyone knows it. Yes.
What is that picture?
Suffering.
She's
What
a
the
schizo and
fuck?
everyone knows it, and that's thick. God.
I
Uh,
Are they eating something?
I think it's a piece. I think it's the anime toast bullshit.
I think it looks like a potato.
I was gonna say it looks like a potato.
I think it's supposed to be. I think it might be supposed to be toast, but it could be a potato. The problem is I can't tell when this was drawn because that looks like that was drawn in DeviantArt when I was like 15 or 14. But like this could be from any era is the problem.
Yeah. Don't worry, chapter 7 of my first story, Forbidden Love and Forgotten Past, is coming.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ, it's not even a lie. That just looks like someone's like comic they started that has that weird anime art style from 2000 fucking.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Like that's peak 2003. Jesus fucking Christ.
Showing some Irish representation. Yeah, they're showing some Irish representation. You nailed it, Jen.
God fucking damn it.
If you just saw this story and you want to read it, by all means go for it, but you should check out my first story. I feel that story is better written, and I only wrote the first chapter of this one. That's typically how stories go. I wanted to write this because I feel that the things in this story aren't said enough, and abuse is not an excuse.
Okay.
And taking advantage of someone is even worse. If anyone's going through the events in the story, you can PM me and I'll give you some psychological help.
Ooh.
No, thank you.
My mother left us for no reason. I worked at a drugstore as a child.
Oh no. How terrible for you.
Fairly certain that highly illegal. My stepmother already had 2 children, so we
are not PMing the author.
had to
Stop it.
provide for all 5 of us. We were middle class until my stepmother became sick. Where am I going with this? Believe me, you'll find out. Okay, so we already got fourth wall breaking, so it's already dumb. My stepmother became sick and we had to get her medicine. I was 12 and now I worked 2 jobs, but my dad never knew. He was just happy that I was bringing money home.
and how did he think she was bringing money home?
Let's not go there.
I mean,
Good job.
Honey, I always knew you'd be a successful Twitch streamer.
Oh.
Honey, I appreciate all the money you're bringing home, but you really have to get off OnlyFans.
God damn it, Sneaky.
oh damn. Hang on, those next lines there.
Yeah, I know. No one knew what my job was besides my stepmother and my customers. But before I say
That's a lot of people.
Before I say any more, I will tell you that I am a virgin. There's enough said about that now, isn't there? Well, now I'm worried. I was
I'm
making fun of it
extraordinarily
earlier.
concerned.
Now I'm concerned, yeah.
Concerned.
See, it was funny when it was a joke. Now, the author is being serious.
Now I feel an overwhelming urge to call the police.
Yeah. Child sex trafficking is illegal, OP. I just want to make sure we're clear on
Well,
this
no,
one.
hang on. We should be clear. Sex trafficking is illegal. Child sex trafficking is like extra illegal. That's the kind of illegal that means you don't go to prison.
It's illegal plus. You're right, Atin. You don't go to prison. You end up working for
No.
No, I'm talking about getting shot, Sneaky.
Stop
Yes,
that.
I
You
will
th- you
definitely
think
offer
you're
my
funny.
body up for money. I will give them my body for money, but when we got to the sex part, I would knock them out. With drugs.
Doesn't that
I
get
stole drugs
used?
from the pharmacy, and then I would punch them in the head and give them the drugs. And I
Yeah,
always
that's
got
super strong.
away. Because the pharmacy sold mind-bending drugs that made you forget people.
That's super strong and really knowledgeable on drugs 12-year-old.
Okay,
Yeah.
is it?
Not just a
I
super strong 12-year-old, a super strong female 12-year-old.
I hate to use this joke, but I feel like the "I've seen enough hentai" line applies very strongly here.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It unfortunately probably does.
Yes,
That can
wait.
knock out
Moth, are
fully
you
grown
telling
men.
me? Moth, are you telling me your pharmacy, your local pharmacy, doesn't sell amnesics? It doesn't sell amnesia-inducing drugs?
Damn, dude, your pharmacy sounds weak.
Yeah, it's a weak-ass pharmacy, man.
You'd think a chair force member would know how to find them.
And the author actually thinks she's equipped to help people who suffer through this kind of thing. What the fuck? Yeah.
I will offer you psychological help. There's one kind of help you're offering, all right.
Mental trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, they might be so traumatized they forget everything else.
And delude themselves.
I always got away, and the drugs I used would make people forget about me, so I would never have to run away from someone who is unsatisfied with my job.
You fucking left. You fucking left.
Damn, you leave even faster than your father did.
My stepmother
Jeez.
said it was the only way I could help the family. She was the reason this all started. She forced me to start selling my body. I would have never done like this. I would have never done anything like this. But she wanted the money so she could get better because she was greedy.
Small
She
child,
was
I wish for
able
you to
to
contribute to my
Wait,
recovery.
did Sign join in and then leave?
He was here for a while. But no, this girl is able to steal amnesiacs from the pharmacy, but can't steal the drugs that'll make her fucking mother better.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course not. They weren't selling those ones.
No. Come back.
Oh,
We
God.
haven't stopped talking about the girl boss sex traffic.
He forced me to do it.
She was greedy because she wanted to live. What? My mother forced me to be a sex trafficker because she wanted to afford the money she needed to live to cure the sickness that was killing her.
He was
How
willing to put me
selfish.
at risk for her safety.
How selfish of her! She didn't
She
want to
never loved
die to a
me.
curable illness.
What a
Oh,
terrible
God.
human being. How grasping and selfish can you be to not want to die to curable diseases? It's like you don't even want Grandfather Nuggles gifts.
Oh, holy shit. What is this fucking story?
Sneaky, Percy Jackson and Papa and Grandfather Nurgle's gifts.
No.
No.
She never loved me. I mean, okay, I'll agree with you on that one.
Okay, here's the thing, right? So if you won't if you don't like the idea of Grandfather Nurgle for some reason, we just replace Aphrodite with Slanesh. Only a couple things change.
You aren't entirely wrong, but still no. Now, let's fast forward 4 more years. I am now 16 years old, and my stepmother is now healthy, and we no longer have medical bills and are no longer poor. But my secret got out, and I don't know how. Okay, well, let's rewind here.
We are somewhat happy.
Everyone
Really?
knows you're a sex trafficker, except everyone has forgotten you're a sex trafficker because you dose them all with amnesia medicine you pick up from the pharmacy. The only
And she
person
didn't.
who knows you're a sex trafficker who hasn't been force-fed the amnesia medicine is your mother. And
Yo, where's that amnesia?
somehow,
Where's the fuck is that amnesia medicine? Give it to me immediately,
if
please.
yeah, right. And
Please.
somehow your secret about you being a sex trafficker has gotten out. So if only 2 people in the world know a secret, yet somehow more people know now and you didn't tell them.
And she didn't drug the mother.
And she didn't drug the mother, no.
Fucking idiot.
I have the perfect cure, call the police. Stepmother goes to prison for child abuse and sex trafficking. She will get medical care as much as she wants in prison. True.
Yeah, the butler did it.
Of course the butler did it.
Welcome back, Sign.
Apparently, I had my mic all the way down.
Yes, you did.
Lamau.
I was wondering why you were so quiet all this time.
Now, here's the real question, Sign. What do you charge to write a story where we replace Aphrodite with Slanesh?
No.
Percy
That's
Jackson.
No, that's a no for me, my dude.
Hang on.
Can I pay you to not write it?
Yes, you can outbid him to have me not write it.
Oh, Nose, that's not a war you want to... Nose, you don't want to go
Yeah,
there.
I know. I said that as a joke. Please do not take this seriously.
Oh, God.
Slanesh is looking kind of hot here when I look her up online.
Speaking of which,
That is not. That's no.
That's the power of the warp, boy!
No. Do not fall for the she-mail.
so speaking of stories, Sign, did you ever end up posting that Ruby story before you got muted?
No, not yet. That's actually on the list of things to post.
Awesome. I would love to sit around and see the reaction to that one.
I'm actually working on a Star Wars thing right now.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Like Star Wars.
Commissioned, or is
Wow.
it just another idea that popped into your head?
This is an idea that popped into my head and I was bored.
You poor bastard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
So
look
what-
forward to reading it.
Whatever you do, don't think about Tanya in DXD.
God damn it!
You're a cruel man, Sneaky.
Oh, God. Good times. Anyway, how my secret got out about me being a sex trafficker, I don't know. But in the first year of high school, I met Luke, the captain of the soccer team. Soccer is the main sport at my school, not football. The guy every girl wanted, everyone but me, and I hated him. And he targeted me at the end of the sophomore year, and then he invited me to a party. I was stupid, and I went to the party.
Let me guess. This is gonna end.
Wait. So you don't like him, he doesn't like you, but then out of the blue he goes, "Hey girl I don't like, do you want to come to this party I'm throwing?" And you go, "Yeah, sure."
That sounds about right.
I found him attractive. Oh, well, here we go.
Yep,
Women.
there it is.
Women.
Oh yeah.
I was technically a junior, and Luke was technically a senior, and we went to the party together.
What do you mean, I don't like the way you're saying technically there, Arthur.
There's no technically here. You either are or you aren't.
And then
So-
I learned the truth, that you shouldn't go with horny guys.
What? You
So
should have learned that
What?
several years ago.
she goes.
I'm honestly
she
surprised
finds
she
him
didn't learn that.
attractive. She wants the D. And he wants to give her the D, but she's like, no.
And then she gets it, and she's suddenly surprised and acting.
Luke,
like I
being a
didn't
guy wants what every guy wants.
How disgusting.
Well, okay, you say you want what every guy wants, but I'm pretty sure if I asked all the guys in this call, we would all probably give either variants of a different answer or completely different answers.
Honestly, I want to just wake up knowing that someone loves me and cares.
That would be nice, yes.
I want everyone to fuck off.
That would also
A
be
lack
nice,
of
yes.
pain would be nice.
Yeah, see, exactly, here we go.
The duality of man in those two sentences.
I want someone to tell me they care. I want everyone to fuck off.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. Sneaky is angry, sad, and bitter, and I'm not yet. Well, I am, but not nearly as far gone as him.
You are absolutely bitter, and also
I
angry.
Said not as
You
far
aren't
gone as
sad.
him.
You aren't sad yet. Unless we're talking about GW
Give it
prices.
time.
That makes you sad.
Oh yeah, speaking of sad, Sign, did I ever tell you that I got diagnosed by a doctor for serious depression to almost a suicidal degree? And then he said to me, I don't want to give you depression meds because you are the most functioning severe depressive I've ever met.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not
That
gonna risk-
definitely sounds like you.
Whatever you got going on here, sort of working. Not gonna risk
Then
that.
please tell me how you fixed your own problems. Please, we're
I
begging
Really
know,
use
you.
some help.
You don't need help. We do help. I feel like everyone that's in like depression, fucking medic stuff is just like already depressed themselves, which is not a good fucking recipe. I
Sounds
can
about
speak
right.
just fine.
He knew I once sold my body and wanted to try me out for free.
Oh my
Oh, God.
Of course, it's one of these.
He
Press X to have 1,000 questions.
The
He
question
tried
is
to get me
zero
drunk,
fathers.
and once he thought I was drunk, he pulled me into a car and drove me to the sex factory.
The what?
No,
The what?
Okay,
Is this a fucking parody?
okay, no,
This has to be a
okay, no,
joke.
so, no,
There's some fucked up shit you're gonna tell me about it.
yeah,
Abandoned factory. But
So-
basically,
near my school, I don't know how common this is, but apparently it's common enough that two people make a line. Near my school, there was an abandoned factory that a bunch of guys dragged beds into.
Oh, it's one of fucking the. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ew.
and
It's basically just the place where all of the
horny teenagers
people,
go to
yeah,
have sex.
they go to have sex.
It's the makeout spot.
Yeah.
That
Effectively, it's
I
effectively
would.
the make.
Okay, listen. Knowing what I know, I would not trust a single one of those mattresses.
Oh, absolutely
Oh,
not.
no. Knowing
Oh
what
yeah,
I know,
no.
I
If
would
you
not
if
trust
you
going to
ever
a factory.
see anything that looks like it's from a factory and it has a slight stain on it, you don't touch it.
Yeah, no.
You buy it and then you burn it because it deserves it.
You must purge
That
the
mattress,
taint of Nurgle.
that mattress deserves Viking burial.
It's seen things,
Get the
things that
flamer,
cannot be
the heavy
unseen.
flamer.
No,
Hans,
It has
Sneaky,
suffered.
Sneaky, brother,
Huh?
fetch the incinerator.
The heavy incinerator.
The heaviest incinerator.
It's exactly like the normal incinerator, except we drew a picture of the emperor on it. So now it's AP2.
Also, the statue is made out of gold, so it's really fucking heavy. Oh god.
Sneaky, all I can think of now is over the Palace on Terra. Big Emperor!
Big
Lord,
Emperor.
you can't just put a picture of yourself and call it Big Emperor. It's just the fucking text-to-speech voice. I do whatever the fuck I want. Shut up.
Emperor! Every once in a while, it glitches out and says Big Nicholas.
Indeed. Yeah. Ice Queendom was funny. Big Nicholas, Big Nicholas.
And then you got to see Big Nicholas.
And
was
that's
big.
And that's Zinch at work. Zinch subtly fucking with the Purge in the most just dumb of ways.
Anyway,
I am once again. I will reiterate. Grand cosmic magical powers should be used for petty vendetta. I have cast Time Stop for the explicit purpose of pulling their chair 5 inches backwards.
exactly.
As you should.
You dick.
Speaking of,
I am
speaking
terrified
of
the
Ruby,
moment this man actually gets his hand on level 9 spells.
Okay, look. So, I will tell you about the time that I was the admin of a CS.
Oh, is this the
Source
furry
server.
Is this the factory? The furry server? A furry
Yeah,
factory.
this was the furry server. Yeah. So they gave me admin powers, and I was like, all right, everyone only has knives now. Also, drug trip. Also, all directions are reversed. Also, your computer's inside out. Lamau, go.
Woo.
Fuck.
The best part is they all liked me more than all of the other mods because I didn't have a stick up my ass. And I only abused my mod powers for extremely petty reasons.
Once again, as previously stated, grand all cosmic power should be used for petty vendettas.
You are only now permitted to use ops that fire backwards.
Ah, I see you went to the Weiss School of Weaponry.
Anyway, speaking of which, I did find the I found the review for Ruby Ice Queendom that said Ruby Ice Queendom is a faithful adaptation of Ruby, and why that's not exactly a good thing. And I'm
Oh,
just
God.
like,
Oh boy.
oh, ow, we're going there, eh?
Oh, tell me more, because I have to hear this little schlob.
Oh no, it was actually a good review, and I agreed with most of the review. Yeah, like they're basically just like, look, the animation was very high quality when it was high quality, and when it wasn't high quality, it was potato.
Not wrong.
Fair.
Early, like, I've only watched like a handful of the early episodes. There were some scenes where it's like stuff look low quality. And
We're talking about Ice Queendom, not Ruby.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, like
they're two very different things.
Yeah, in the first, like, I think like episode 1, like some scenes where it's the giant Nevermore looks like it's flying, and then it just kind of like they kind of gave up on the animation at a few points.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like it was generally small stuff that I would notice, but I generally enjoyed overall because it was overall a decent thing.
They brought up some also good points of like, why is there 3D CGI being used in the 2D animation when the whole point of doing the 2D animation of the 3D CGI show was to do a 2D animation of it? And it's like, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if you're
because gratuitous CGI.
Yeah, I know Japan has issues. But someone did make a funny comment and was like, look, guys, I think we all need to recognize Trigger and really hand it to them for not including a random alien plot with giant fighting robots.
I just saw. I posted that meme in your SDM.
We really gotta appreciate them holding back.
Wait, didn't Trigger do the cyberpunk thing?
Yes, and it's fantastic.
Trigger has done a lot of things, and yeah.
So you're saying we should be thankful they didn't include any excessive lollies in Ruby Ice Queendom?
Excuse you, Rebecca is amazing.
Hold up a second. They did do that.
The army of tiny Weisses.
Yeah, there was the
what?
there was the army of tiny Weisses.
Okay.
And then they grew gargantuan, and then they were
also,
giant tiny Weisses.
Yes. Also, once again, you will be polite to Rebecca.
Oh, really?
Have you seen that shotgun? You will be polite to Rebecca.
I thought you would have been all for Rebecca, Mr. Lolly Lover.
I haven't seen it yet, and that's not a lolly. That's a 300-year-old lolly.
I mean, it's not 300. It's actually just a perfectly normal age. It's weird because, like, I'm like, okay, you know what? I actually find the thing in Cyberpunk more palatable. Because, fine, you know what? They can literally choose to have whatever body they want. Like, right?
Also
that's
at
an
the same
entire
time,
subplot.
Also, at the same time, she's just short. She's not actually like a child body.
She's short.
Oh, I figured she just got lolly mods.
No.
She got thick thighs, boy.
I'm
Fair
not
enough.
Fucking...
That still caught me off guard when you made that comment about her thighs not being thick enough or something.
Dude, that guy was drawing her as a lolly. She ain't a lolly.
I know, but just something I didn't think I'd see you say.
Why?
Just didn't seem like you.
The fuck did I join in on?
Yeah, another
hell.
one to the chalkboard.
That sounds like what I said when I walked in.
Well, you see, we're currently reading a story about how Annabeth from Percy Jackson got into the sex slave trade.
Because people should not be allowed to write stories, I think. Some people should
And
just
the
not be
author
allowed.
wants to offer psychological help to anyone who has gone through similar circumstances.
By that, they mean they want to just, like, creepily watch in the corner or some shit.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh my god, you got tortured? Tell me about it. Pulls up out of popcorn.
If thick thighs make or don't make something a lolly, where does Mini Midna fall? Well, Mini Midna's also not a child, so...
Mini Midna is also not a
That's-
lolly. She's a short stack and
Yeah.
imp.
No.
She's a lot of things.
What would you call that body type?
Oh, yeah.
Imp?
Short
Impish?
stacked.
It's imp and
Yeah.
short
No,
stack.
it's like...
Yeah,
mm,
imp and short
No,
stacked.
she's definitely an imp.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like... Short imp? No, that's an... Stack imp?
That's an oxymoron.
You're
No,
literally
that's
just being
redundant, excuse
retarded.
me.
But anyway, also, Gray, earlier you missed, we had a story in which the fictional part of the story was the author had a dad.
He was black.
We don't know that. But, always a possibility. He might have just been white trash, you never know. Anyway, I pretended to be drunk. I looked around for anything that could help me. And then I saw a steel-toed
Luckily, I
boot.
found a batch of amnesia drugs.
Yeah, unfortunately, she wasn't carrying...
It's called alcohol.
Yeah, well, you would think that, but she stole this from a pharmacy. The amnesia drugs that pharmacies sell. You know the one.
Not
The
one
hentai
to help her
pharmacies.
sick mother.
Yeah. He tore off his clothes. And so you grabbed his steel-toed boot and bashed his head in with it. That's
Wow.
not how steel-toed boots work.
No, I mean, if you got really creative, you could do it.
I mean, yeah, you would have to hit at a really odd angle, though, because steel-toed boots typically have some really thick, wide soles.
Yeah, you'd have to turn the damn thing over, and you'd actually have to probably have a metatarsal guard on it as well as the toe. But yeah. You could do it.
I wouldn't recommend it, but
I got out of his
No.
car and ran, calling my dad with tears in my eyes. I promised I wouldn't cry. But when he answered and asked why I was calling him, I started crying. My father picked me up 10 minutes later. Normally it would take 20 minutes to half an hour. He knew I was in trouble. So he broke a significant amount of speeding violations then.
My man put on Let's Break
committed
the
many
Rules on
crimes.
the radio and just fucking went 200 miles per hour.
Gas, 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 gotta step on the gas tonight. Be a
Sneaky, the
hero.
rules of gas.
I told my dad what happened, but not enough that he would dig into my story to find out that I was a sex trafficker. What? Wait.
Okay, hang on.
How does your dad not know?
How would any of part of your story give it away that you're a sex trafficker? Dad, so I went to this boy's party, and he tried to get me drunk, and then he drove me out here to have sex with me, and then tried to rape me when I said no. Oh, okay, daughter. Well, it's a good thing you called me when you did, and I've rescued you. You're no longer going to be raped. Okay, so what part of that conversation went, Dad, by the way, the only reason why he tried to rape me was because he thought I was a sex trafficker?
I think at that point, the fatherly concern becomes...
How the fuck does that
What?
figure in?
It doesn't. This person lives in a crazy world.
Of course.
Obviously. Alright, so, hang on. Does she sell her body or other people's bodies?
Her body.
She's a whore, not a trafficker. She may be trafficking herself, but that's still just a whore.
Right, but that word's banned by Twitch.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
No, I did not know.
Yes, you
Now
can't
you
call
are
women
aware.
whores. They're not allowed to be called whores. Like, no women can be whores. That's a banned word. Bad word.
A literal person in this position cannot be called by the job title they have.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
It's because people call...
You have to respect women.
I do by attempting to not put them in that position.
Yeah, I don't infantilize them, yes.
The dad at no point hearing this didn't go back to the factory and make sure Luke never woke up. You are correct. Also, by the way, this is in fact, I was correct. This is a Percy Jackson story in which no one's a demigod, there's no superpowers, there's no gods, and
what
there's
is
no monsters.
the point?
And it's set in high school.
Yeah, and it's set in high school. The point, Nose, is for the author to live out their trash rape fetish fantasies.
Sounds accurate.
I wish you were incorrect.
Also, they want to get off on all of the vulnerable people that are going to contact them over this story and tell them their stories.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already discussed that at length. We don't need to discuss that again.
Mm-mm.
So when I left the party that night... Oh, hold on. He never figured out where I got all of the money, even though I was 12. Yeah. Never did. When I left the party that night, I had not known that Luke was going to tell everyone about how I was a personal sex trafficker. And that he had sex with me. He told everyone this. And yet here I am today, starting my junior year, at the same school, and I was forced to go to this school by my stepmother.
Oh no.
Oh, of course, it's the evil stepmother.
Blah, 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 blah. New principal. Young and inexperienced. No.
Yeah, it's time to exit out now.
No.
It's time to leave.
My stepmother told me to grow up.
Good advice. I like the stepmother already.
Stepmother is the one who forced her to be a child sex trafficker.
You know what? I'm okay with this.
You should not be.
Life lessons, man. Gotta learn them.
The worst part about this story is the fact that the reason why the stepmother did it, in the author's own words, was because she was, quote, greedy because she wanted the medicine to live.
What the fuck?
What?
What?
You heard us?
Yeah.
What?
So the stepmother,
Nani?
the stepmother forced Annabeth to sex traffic because she needed the money to pay for the medicine that would cure her of the terminal disease.
But she's greedy for doing this.
And she's greedy
Yes.
for doing this.
And she was
did not
working
wish
at
to
a
perish.
fucking pharmacy.
She's an awful person for doing this, absolutely. But greedy? No.
How dare the stepmother want to live? Yeah. So, yeah, blah, 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 locker numbers, blah, 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 IDs, blah, 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 blah. Looked up, ran into someone. Oh, I'm sorry, Percy Jackson, Annabeth Chase, show me around, I'm new here too. I've been here since freshman year. Are you free after school? Okay, yeah, so Percy Jackson is in fact not the new principal, so we can all rest easy that this is not going to be more pedophilia on top of the already sex-trafficked pedophilia.
I feel like we've already gone down the slope, so there's no real saving the story.
Oh, no,
But it can
obviously
always
there's
get
no real
worse.
saving the story. Yeah, probably can get worse. So yeah, anyway, this story is fucking garbage as hell, and the author's creepy and weird. I want to see what their other story is. Forbidden Love and Forgotten Past. This is their quote-unquote superior story.
It's bestiality. Calling it now.
Of course it is. It's based off Greek
16-year-old
history.
Prince Perseus, I see where this is going, is told that he must find a sutress.
Huh?
That's not a word, author. I can almost guarantee you that it's suitor for both ways. Almost guarantee you. Okay, so it's a man recording a woman. Okay. And
None of this is better.
let's see, woman recording a man. Word.
Oh my god, Wiki says it's sutress.
Is it really?
Here you go. Female supplicant or suitor. 1714 Nicholas Road, Jane Shore, Act 3.
Female suitor might be a bit of a dated term, but sutress is technically the okay. Female supplicant or suitor. Okay, so it is just suitor. Suitor is in fact for both. Which there is not even an etymology for sutress. So yeah, it's complete fucking horseshit. Okay. So I'm glad we established that sutress is complete horseshit. So he can rule 100%. His father's kingdom. But when Percy runs away a year later, he will be executed for falling in love with a commoner and leading a rebellion against the royals. So, your standard European history.
I would say, yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
There's a very good reason that story is very standard.
What happens when they stumble upon a secret that their parents and everyone else forgot? Or maybe all had their memories wiped. So again,
this author really likes the man wipe card.
Yeah, they really like the mem wipe card. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and take a wild guess. I mean, it is trash. Like, do you fucking see this shit? This is trash.
I mean, yes, we already knew this.
Like, I'm not looking at it because I don't want to take sand
holy
damage.
Fuck! This is literally an entire
You're on
screen
the show. You
of
are
just
supposed
words.
to take sand.
It is literally just a brick wall of words. That's a lot of ellipses. That's an excessive number of ellipses. I hope that it was a successful, suspenseful ending cliffhanger. This is my first story and the first chapter of it, so tips are helpful. I'm also a girl writing a guy's point of view, so if anyone's reading this and wants to tell me that I'm doing it wrong, they are welcome to. You're doing it wrong, author. I didn't even need to read your story, and I can already tell you you're doing it wrong. Because you're probably just writing it like it's a girl. Yeah. I'm gonna update this story every week. If you successfully answer the question I put in the author's note correctly, I will PM you the next chapter.
Why would you punish me for getting the question right?
Some people like that.
Okay,
We call
those
and
people
you're all
sex workers.
freaks and wrong.
Okay, yeah,
There
so
are people that pay for that service.
again, this is an AU,
Doesn't
and
stop
where
them from
there's
being
no
wrong.
gods, no superpowers.
Of course
and
not. Why would there ever be gods or superpowers?
In the Percy Jackson story, yeah, I can't imagine
Exactly. Why would there ever be gods or superpowers?
I don't
I don't
think
get it.
so. They have 7 stories, and I don't think a single one of them actually has gods or superpowers in any of the stories that have gods or superpowers in them.
Because the author is just so creative by going without the gods or the superpowers. So original.
So fucking original.
Nexus, don't be sexist. You probably can't make a good sandwich either.
Ooh, ooh.
God damn it, Snaky.
What? I told
Sneaky.
him not to be sexist.
Sneaky? You're
That-
not even remotely funny.
It's very funny.
I thought it was
Oh,
hilarious.
it's fun. Okay, it's funny for the people who have the IQ of a fucking 15-year-old.
The IQ.
You take
Wait,
that back.
the IQ of a 15-year-old. Are you saying IQs go up over time?
Yes, your opinion does not matter until you reach the age of 25.
Fair.
I mean, yes, but what does that have to do with IQ?
Don't question it.
Yeah, don't question it, dude.
I will
Don't
question
worry
it.
about it.
My
No.
entire show is about questioning it. Only I'm allowed to say, "Don't worry about it."
I will not
Don't worry
elaborate.
about it.
I refuse to elaborate.
Or I put you in the mute box and I can put you back.
Sorry, sir.
Wasn't that Max though?
Yeah,
No!
I
No,
have the power to do
particularly
it
they
as
both
well.
did. They both did.
Oh, yeah.
Max put me in
He
the 4-day
deserved
mute.
the mute box, but yeah.
Oh, he deserved it. He knew what he did.
Yes, I did. The only regret is that Max and Kitty got caught in it.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
Dude, we're reading all fucking.
What?
Okay, who the fuck take up Nexus?
Oh god, this summary.
It gets worse.
This is great. Forbidden heritage. He shouldn't have existed. Perseus is the son of rivals, born from a union of sworn enemies, so he was born out of hate sex. Half god, half giant, all hunter of Artemis.
So
That-
he's Loki, but Greek, okay?
Yeah. Journal
And come
of,
on.
Journal of Perseus, page 1. Hello, my name is Perseus. I am the son of a goddess. Which goddess? That is for me to know and you to find out. My father, I do not speak of him. What? This is your journal, Perseus? Who the fuck are you writing to?
He's clearly writing to whatever
His imaginary friend.
FPS
dad.
player. is
You will
currently
have to
playing the
discover
campaign.
my heritage on your own. Was he a fucking Fallout character? A fucking Fallout NPC who's like,
Yeah,
"Alright,
I was gonna say this
let
is straight
me-
up just like some
let
System
me
Shock
write
2
up my
bullshit.
fucking note here. Oh, alright, that's a good spot to stick my journal entry. Journal entry 237. So I put the secret password today behind the computer in the electronics room. No one will ever find it there. I sure hope no one reads this note on the inside of Jack's locker."
Oh, Jack, I'm so sorry that I had to eat you to continue living.
I will continue to use your locker to store my shoes.
Like there's
As a
like the whole
sign
message.
of
There's a
penance.
small step. There's like 2 packs of ammo, and then for some reason there's just a fucking plasmid there.
Yeah,
It's like, why the fuck is
there's
this here?
a plasmid, 3 stacks of ammo, and a mana crystal. It's like, wait.
It's like the one
Where are
plasmid
the
that lets you like shoot
shoes?
it lets you fire telekinesis off faster. It has no connection at whatsoever.
Yeah,
You're just
right.
like, why is this here?
Where are the shoes that was supposed to be here?
Well,
How
no,
does
also,
telekinesis have anything to do with
also,
shit?
you forget there's a second kind of journal entry, right? The best thing in Fallout is when you find the ultra serious, I'm so sorry about the bad things that happened. Here's what happened. I hope someone remembers me. I'm slowly dying of radiation poisoning. The entries slowly get more and more nonsensical and you feel horrible, followed by I fucking stabbed Janet with a pen so I could get my locker back.
Yeah, right. Entry 3729.
Man, as much as
Stabbed Janet
Bioshock
with a pen
stole,
today. I hit it and made it look like Mark did it. Lamau.
as much as Bioshock probably stole a lot from Fallout, I wish they stole more of those humorous, like, audio logs or journal entries, because there's not a lot of them, and it's just kind of, like,
Oh.
fucking depressing for 95% of the
An
time.
actually good one that I remember from Fallout 4 was in one of the buildings in the capital section of the map. In the police station, maybe? No, it wasn't the police station. It was the gunner building. Well, anyway, it was one of the office buildings, and on the computer it was like journal entry, dated September blah 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 of year XXX. No one has found the sandwich I put in Mark's desk yet. It's been rotting there for 2 weeks now, and everyone thinks Mark stinks. This is hilarious. It's just like, bro, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
That is some petty
there's
shit.
there's some
Oh,
there's
it's
some
beautiful.
weird, funny shit in Fallout 4, and then there's also really depressing shit like Swan.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's a guy who tried to make pets out of Mirelurks.
Hey, that sort of worked until they ate him.
I was gonna say it sort of worked until they fucking ate him.
I have
And then, of
found an
course, there's
innocent
and
maiden by the name of Zoe Nightshade.
of course, there's the one fucking
I-
dude who decides to go full schizophrenic and just builds a nuke in his basement.
That was
We
a
like the
based.
Black Mountain terminals, like oh god, they nuked us. I can barely type. The mountain shielded us from the worst of the blast, but there's too much radiation, and it just trails off, and you're like, oh god.
And then you read some of the army terminals inside that facility. It's like, so the eggheads came to me today proposing a new weapon. It was a nuclear catapult. I asked.
No, that's Fallout 3.
No, that was Fallout 4.
Oh yeah, it was 4.
That's in the military facility you
yeah,
attack
yeah.
the Brotherhood. And I asked, what the fuck were they thinking? Don't
honestly
they
don't
know
remember
that
that much
nukes will
about
kill the soldiers too? They responded, well, why don't they just wear power armor then? Like power armor grows on trees.
Enclave here. Where is your power armor?
Oh, God. Fallout had its good moments, unfortunately.
Yep.
All right, let's go to a different section. A different section.
Oh yeah,
like...
H&H Tools. At the request of management, all bathrooms have been sealed off. Employees are requested to tend to waste disposal needs before or after work hours.
Yeah. So there was a section I was looking at, and I was honestly impressed by. So no one's written for RE Monster in forever.
That's a good thing.
This is a good thing, yes.
RE Monster went down the toilet.
RE Monster. So, Sign, do you know
Okay,
about
no,
RE Monster?
No, think I've heard of it once, but I don't
Right.
know.
So the story Reincarnation Monster came out, I think, a little bit before
To
Slime.
be clear, there's a whole bunch of stories called Reincarnation. They're all shitty.
There was a story
Isekai
called
is a
Reincarnation
genre.
Monster, and it came out a little bit before Slime, and I'm pretty sure Slime was inspired by Reincarnation Monster. But Slime basically did everything Reincarnation Monster did, but just better. And part of doing it better was removing the gamer system.
No, the gamer system is still in Slime.
No, it's not.
It's barely in
Kind
Slime.
of.
There's skills.
barely.
That's kind of it.
There's skills, and that's basically the corpse of it. In RE Monster, it's a lot more like evolution tree, skill unlock, stat bonuses, and shit. It's a lot more
Okay.
gamey. And it was really, really cringy because it was like, oh, I'm reincarnated and now I'm a goblin. Oh no, this is terrible. Oh, luckily I came from Super Earth, where I was a psychic god who had the power to consume things and gain their powers.
I'm trying to remember what universe. Like, I think it was connected to another fucking universe, and I don't remember which one. Like, the story started off in.
What are you monsters from?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I
the
believe the
protagonist
universe, the universe it was referencing was either Index.
Yes, no, it's
or-
Index. I think it's Index. What was the other one?
It was something like Index. There was a couple psychic ones that came out, like a year or so before Ari Monster that it was inspired by for the origin story.
No, like he literally starts off in that universe.
It might have been Index then.
It's probably Index, yeah.
But yeah, the author of Ari Monster was incredibly uncreative, and it was pretty awful. Because yeah, the character's like, oh, I'm a goblin, but I retained my psychic power to consume things with my soul. And so he like
Okay.
starts eating like rabbits and shit, but they're horny rabbits, and so he like gains the ability to shoot horns. And then he like eats an armored armadillo, and he gains the ability to have armor. And then like because he's eating all of these monsters, he suddenly like evolves super quickly and becomes like the devil, demon, dragon god Oni of anti-life Super Saiyan 5.
I think I've heard of this concept in like a CYOA or something.
I'm sure you have. It's garbage enough
I mean,
for
it
it.
started
It's
off as a
pretty-
web novel, so it probably
It
inspired.
it
quite a
started
bit.
out. I don't know, Sneaky. What would you call it? Okay.
Oh, honestly, it was okay. It was quite interesting at the start because
It was like, okay, I see where this is going, but then it was just like, oh,
yeah. Then like every
Yeah.
other chapter, he was eating some ridiculous monster and gaining ridiculous more superpowers, and then eating another ridiculous monster with those new superpowers and gaining even more ridiculous superpowers. And like it quickly got out of hand in terms of how many powers he was gaining. Like they had an interesting subplot where normally monsters eat each other and humans don't eat monsters because they're like super lethal and shit. But then he started feeding monsters to this one human girl he saved who was falling in love with him because he had like some skill
oh,
that
he also
allowed
gets
him.
he also gets a harem.
Oh yeah, he also gets a harem. But he
Well,
had,
that
As a
that
goblin.
doesn't need to be said. That's a given.
he had some skill when he saved her that made her fall in love with him because he like ate some monster with a heroic aura or something, and so she fell in love with him, and he took her out hunting, and he didn't know humans weren't supposed to eat monsters, so he kept feeding her all these monster parts as he was eating them, and so she became like this half-human monster-eating berserker blood seeker.
What?
Yeah. Like, it
Oh my
was
god, it's sorry for Retta.
It was literally. It was actually kind of cool with how they handled it, where she she got an upgraded class and she had all these problems she had to deal with, and then she kind of just got completely sidelined and like never talked about it again.
Yeah, because it started focusing on like political intrigue or some shit.
Yeah, political
because that's-
intrigue. Yeah,
That's
It
what
was
all the other
also
stories
character
did.
bloat.
yeah. There was so much
Character bloat was definitely a part of it.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Self-insert multiple crossovers. His logo for the story is the White Fang slash marks with the White Fang wolf head covered in blood with Japanese kanji emboldened over it all.
Okay, but why the kanji?
Fuck you, that's why.
Because reasons.
Oh, good, it's a custom cover too.
It's in the Australia branch. They all died.
God, that looks awful. And I'll link it here. What would you do if you found yourself in another world as a little goblin? Probably shoot myself, to be honest. Well, an unexpected journey, not like in a suicide form, but in trying to recreate gunpowder and make guns form, I'd probably end up shooting myself in the process.
You shoot yourself at least once in the fucking foot.
Yeah, the RE monster kick started the monster evolution trend. Yeah, it really did. It was like a flash in the pan popular, but unfortunately had lasting consequences for the web novel world.
Some of those were good, like Soma Spider So What is actually really great.
I need to read the light novel, but yeah, it's been honestly very well enjoyable. I think it handled the gamer aspect much better than it.
You know what?
Then it could have gone.
You link me that so I can sit down and read it at some point, I guess.
There's you want the manga? It only
Whatever
The
you think
manga
is the better
is
version.
better, or cohesive wise.
All right, then link
As
me
someone
the manga.
who's done all three.
Look,
I prefer the alien.
link me both. I don't fucking care. Fuck off with the anime.
Yes.
The anime is garbage.
So I actually found a while back during when Spider was a big thing, a worm spider story, in which Taylor got the superpower of being a spider.
I remember that one, I think.
Yeah, I'm a spider. So what in Worm? Yeah. It really lost the plot. It really lost the plot.
More so than usual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. The author had no idea where they were going, and they were updating like every single day with like 1,000 word chapters.
Oh no.
And then they just stopped. Because I think the author was even lost. Self-insert, multiple crossovers. Hello, this is a reboot of my abandoned fanfic, Reincarnation DxD. Instead of Issei, we will be following the viewpoint of a young goblin on his wild path through a bizarre fantasy world, with some aspects of RE Monster in it.
How that? No, that's not a reboot. That's a completely different story.
Yes,
Yes.
but it's a reboot.
Congratulations, you are accurate.
But you see, we've changed the definition of reboot, so now it's a reboot.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
You see, what they didn't tell you, this was actually a recreation of a garbage TV show called Reboot.
Excuse you.
You take that back?
You.
Excuse you.
Ooh, spicy meatball.
You want to fucking.
He
Or
must have
Mike, you
been
wanna
fired.
Given what I know about you knows, yes.
I will die on this hill though. Code Lyoko was better than reboot.
You can die on that hill.
What is reboot?
Reboot
Oh,
was
God,
a
get outta
very
here.
trippy. No, it's okay. Aura's young. Reboot was a very trippy early 2000s 90s anime.
90s.
Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly call it an anime.
No, it was all 3D CG.
Yeah, it was really bad 3D CG.
It was good for its time.
Yes, it was good for its time. Yeah. So do you remember Spy Kids 3D and the CG in that?
Thought we agreed not to discuss that.
It's worse than that, and the entire show is made of it.
Okay, it wasn't that bad.
Oh god, I looked it up. I do not recognize this whatsoever. Holy shit, it looks
Now,
dated.
To be fair,
It is.
To be fair, even as dated as it is, it introduced a lot of narrative concepts into the modern zeitgeist that has had a lasting effect on narrative for stories like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had pretty good writing for its time.
You guys keep qualifying it.
We have to.
Yeah, for its time, we have to.
Just like how we have to say Gundam was a cool mech anime for its time.
Which version?
I was gonna say you can't say that, Sneaky, because there's like 3 different versions of Gundam.
Excuse you,
Three.
no,
Three.
there's a
No.
lot more than
There's
three.
only
Yeah, that's
Nose, there's
another-
only 3.
Okay, no. If
You
you're
solved-
talking OG
you
Gundam,
solved
there's
it.
only 3.
Yeah, come on,
That's what I was
Nose. There's
saying.
at
Okay,
least
OG Gundam,
4.
okay.
Oh no, if you're talking
No, there's
OG
like
Gundam,
fucking
there's
20 at this point.
there's a lot of even just OG Gundam.
Well,
Yeah,
no, because there's
Okay.
My favorite Gundam series was Code Geass.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Bruh.
What? I'm
I
not gonna
love how
stand
he-
there and tell him he's wrong. It's Gundam Seed, but not shit.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay,
answer
yes.
because I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know how mad I should be or
hurts.
not.
You should watch it. It's great.
That hurts.
Wait,
It's on
Gundam
the
Seed or
list.
Code Geass?
Code Geass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy
I've,
shit.
I've suffered through Gundam Seed. I laughed at Gundam Seed. That's what I did.
Watch just a Mobile Suit Gundam. The original Mobile Suit Gundam was fantastic.
Oh, it is.
Very politically relevant.
Okay. The
Yeah.
story for OG Gundam holds up super well.
Nuke
The
Australia.
animation did not age well.
Okay, here's the thing I'll say about the animation. If you go in knowing it's made in the
The year
olden days,
79.
you can
Literally the year
stomach it.
79.
I'm not gonna say it aged well. I'm gonna say you can stomach it.
8th MS Team is actually really good too.
Ah, 8th MS Team is the
If
shit.
you're gonna watch a single Gundam, 8th MS is definitely a good choice. You don't need to know anything else.
Yeah, it does pretty good about explaining everything.
And it has even for something from when was 8th MS Team anyway?
82.
Early 90s?
Yeah, I think it was early 90s. Yeah. So it was 96 to 99. For something from the late 90s, its animation holds up very well, and it has what is personally one of my favorite actual like fight scenes. And anyone who's seen that show knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I think I know which one, but it's been so long.
It's the only one that matters in that show.
The one where Guntank fucking loses.
Poor Guntank.
Rest in peace, Guntank.
I mean, to be fair, it was trying to shoot down a civilian transport.
And then, of course, you got the winner. So
Have you not seen Gundam? Shooting down civilian transports is funny as fucking Gundam.
Only if your name is Hiro Yui and it's the opening episode.
oh yes.
But war crimes are fun.
These people are in my way. I shall obliterate this civilian transport with my mega beam cannon. Hero?
Bro, you okay?
Hero? Hero, I'd like you to remember what your name is.
yeah, no.
So,
Man.
I'm going to interrupt you guys here. So, I've just been scrolling through the chapters to see if the author does anything really retarded, like give
I'm
his
sure
main
they don't.
character like eating powers or anything. He doesn't. And he makes his character overcome his odds by sheer dint of not being as dumb as a goblin. And then for some reason he checks his status screen and sees the evolution counter on it and goes, "Oh no, I'm an RE monster." Like that's somehow unique to RE monster
Or bad.
or bad. Ryan Reynolds just dropped a video confirming Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine in the new Deadpool.
Nice.
Well, that's cool and all, and it's gonna. Well, it's not like we read Deadpool stories anyway. And you know why we didn't read Deadpool stories anyway? It's because Deadpool stories fucking suck.
Not all of them.
Hey, the movies have been alright so far.
No, the Deadpool
Yeah, the movies were
fan
good.
fiction, you dipshits.
Oh. I mean, yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's go look at Fairy Tail. Close off the night with some Fairy Tail. I'm sure Fairy Tail won't.
Oh god.
there's
Fairy Tail.
nothing wrong
Why
in
the
Fairy
fuck
Tail.
would you? Oh, why?
Deadpool fanfic or AIDS? Yes, 100%. They're so fucking bad. Deadpool fanfics are peak. I don't know why this is funny, so I'm just gonna keep copying until people laugh.
Sounds
yes.
accurate.
The Hollywood writer's dilemma.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I want to write something original, but either A, nobody likes what I have original, or B, it's actually good, but Hollywood writers tell me that I'm a fucking talentless hack because they can't read.
They are Hollywood writers, so they were probably a little bit busy with nose deep in
Okay.
yeah, or something else.
Assholes.
I was gonna say minors, but yeah.
Well, those assholes can be from minors, but yeah. Ah. Woo! Draconic apocalypse. The world went to hell, but it wasn't biblical or warfare related. Either would have been more merciful. Draconics invaded, trying to end all life on Earth. What can humans do against the stuff of nightmares? Pray, obviously. For a handful of college students, they survived the next few years, but will they continue to survive, and are they alone? Oh, very cool. So basically, this is a no magic AU in which the cast of Fairy Tail.
What is it with everyone hates magic?
It's because they think they're clever, Nose. Well, so many people write fairy tale stories with magic in them. I'm gonna break the trend and not write mine with magic in it. That's legitimately what they think.
Also, Raven Master is better than Fairy Tale Fight Me.
Why would we fight?
No one's gonna argue.
You're not
Thank you.
wrong.
So this is a no magic AU in which all of Fairy Tale are part of a frat at a college.
Of course.
Because
And the
Doesn't
dragons
the author
invade.
himself make these as jokes?
I think so, yeah. And the dragons from Fairy Tale invade. And now it's a survival story. With romance.
Urza for best waifu.
Featuring Urza, Kana, Lucy, and Levy. So it's
course it
going to
features
be
all
some Yuri.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, to be fair, the author, I'm pretty sure, encourages those stories.
Probably.
Sounds right.
Second opportunity. Isekai. My previous life was not satisfactory, so I'm going to live again without regrets. So when the end comes again, I can leave with a smile.
The story of every isekai ever.
Reincarnates into a second world. Hey, is that Altdorf?
Oh no.
No, 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 no!
Oh no.
Like a group of people, one of them doesn't know anything
They
about
don't
wherever.
believe in quote marks.
Oh no, okay.
Oh
Hey.
no.
Oh god.
Oh, hey, Gray. Here's a dumb story for you. Gotrek and
Oh.
Felix. Adventures at Kuo Academy.
No.
No.
Here's the thing, I don't do DxD, so no.
Gotrek appears. Problem solved. Series over.
Exactly.
Except for the part where Gotrek dies because half of the things he fights can level content. Gotrek's just a door.
No, he
No.
actually is God.
He's
talking
fucking
Age of Sigmar bullshit.
No.
No, even
In
before
End
that.
of Fantasy, he is Grimnir.
Okay.
It's a little stupid, but yes. And by a little, I mean a lot. It's really fucking stupid.
Sounds about right for Warhammer.
Not
I'm
incorrect.
sorry. All I can fucking do is play the ghost player, meme in my head now with fucking Demon Slayer. Sorry, not Demon Slayer. Doom Slayer, Goblin Slayer, and Gotrek in the walk cycle.
Hell yes. Okay, Sneaky. For maximum hilarity, Gotrek needs to be at the front.
Of course.
Obviously, he's the shortest.
And obviously, Doom Slayer is the one doing big swagger.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, God damn it. So yeah, this person doesn't believe in quotes until they started using quotes randomly, but they didn't stop using the hyphens to talk. They just used hyphen quote, hyphen quote.
Ugh.
Oh, God. This... Please leave a review. Certainly, sir. Please learn how English works. Right after. Use quote marks, not whatever symbol or funny, not English language. Read inferior. Does. I think that's a fairly solid review. Also,
Send it.
remember to bookmark my story. Why the living fuck would I ever bookmark a story?
The only time to bookmark a story is if you're reading it.
Reading it, it's
Or
in
if
my
I want to
tab.
come back and reread it.
If I want to reread it, I just go back to my profile and look that up.
Not everyone adds everything to their profile.
Well, that's their problem. They're just objectively incorrect. Demon's power. Marcus, a lone demon hunter, having met tragedy after tragedy in his struggles on his way towards his goal. That's not a sentence. Not a sentence. His path is cruel and unforgiving, and many enemies lie ahead of him. That also not
Incorrect.
In head of him.
ahead of him. Yes.
Okay.
They're in your head. They're in your head.
Get
They're
them
in your
out. Get
walls.
them out.
They're in your walls.
But on his way, he also meets allies and a certain guild of fairies that will change his outlook on life and regain his trust and comradeship. That's rated M for gore, themes, and nudity and cursing.
Of course, it's cool.
Of course, why not? So let's see. He brutally kills the demon and just rips it apart. And everyone doesn't like the demon hunter because he's killing demons. Blah blah blah. Inspired by Dante.
Of
Blah
course.
blah blah. Edgy. Blah blah blah. Lady killer. Blah blah blah. Yeah, he's wearing a red leather jacket and using a giant sword with a skull and crossbones on it. Uh-huh.
I wonder who this character is based off of.
Alucard, obviously.
And he's really
Virgil.
cool and he beats up demons.
Nero.
Nailed it.
I knew it.
Not incorrect.
Oh, he's from the cursed clan of half demons.
Okay, so by transitive property, I am correct.
$5 says he's also half angel.
No.
Half demon, half Asimar. This is my super cool character. What are these stats, my dude?
Labels and titles, friends or more. Nasu times Lucy always. After Agnolia has been defeated, Lucy notices that her and Natsu have changed. What are we together? Air quotes. 18 mature content. They have sex. Oh boy, here we go! Fairy Tale, the strongest fairy! Join Adam Smasher, a boy summoned to the world of Fairy Tale by God himself.
Adam Smasher.
Fucking what?
What?
No, okay, you said Zach. Okay, Adam Smasher is a guy from Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Yep.
Which, listen, that would be funny.
it would be fucking
Walks up to
hilarious.
Urza. You look like a cut of fuckable. Stabbed.
Yeah.
1,300 swords just appear from nowhere.
I think I'll rethink that one.
No, Adam Smasher wouldn't.
Adam
Oh
Smasher
no,
does
he
not
would
think.
not.
Yeah, his name's
What is
actually,
this think you speak of?
His name's actually Zack Smasher, and he's brought here by God to save the day. And he has no memories, but he has powers given by God. And he lacks understanding because he has no memories, but he has powers given to him by God. And then God made a joke about him getting a harem, and he took him seriously. So now the main character has a harem, but he doesn't know what harems are because he has no memories.
He has the power of God and anime on his side.
He has literally the
God.
power of God and anime on his side. 4 chapters, 6,000 words, 3 favorites.
You're killing me.
Summary. I had to put this on Fairy 0 on this site due to the fact I cannot give you a real summary. Oh, here's the real summary.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
This first chapter is the real summary.
Oh God.
Zack Smasher has no memories due to God being too slow to reincarnate him. To apologize to Zack Smasher, God himself decides to isekai him into a world with new God-given powers, with gamer status bars, so he can see his and other people's stats. With the powers of gravity magic, growth rate, Guargura no Mi devil fruit power, Zack Smasher, who is only a 13-year-old girl, 13 years old, goes off on his journey to become the strongest. Because God told him to build a harem, and he needs to have power and unlimited stamina to earn a harem. Of course, God was joking, since that was what people did in fanfics. But because God forgot that Zack has no memories, and his mental age, because of waiting so long, is now that of a child, believes it was his mission from God to build a harem without knowing what a harem is, because he has no memories because of God.
We're on a
Note.
mission from God, Elwood.
Author's note. Later in the story, he'll learn what a harem is.
Ugh.
I want to kill myself.
Note, I will update this story chapter in the future. If you don't want to see the setting from my first fanfic, then skip this chapter. Author's note. Hi, thank you for reading my story. This page is for information about my fanfic that you are reading. There will be more than one original character besides the main character in this. Keep in mind this page will be updated. This is a harem fic romance in it with a 13-year-old. There will be no NTR. I don't mind it, but I don't want to write it. This is my first fanfic, so I'm inexperienced. So bear with me because I forget things, so I say things a lot. Thanks, and I'm sorry if there is grammar in my story, and he misspelled the word grammar.
Woo. He's sorry if there's grammar in his story.
Yeah.
I apologize if there is grammar in my story.
Hold on. I have to fucking send this. I'm taking a picture of this. And I'm sending it to Sam so I can fucking trigger the shit out of him.
Why do you have to do that?
Because
Because
I love it.
Nice. Uh,
We're on a mission from God to get some bitches. Copyright. I own this OC and the fanfic.
No, you don't. You're uploading it to FFN. You don't own anything, bitch.
I own the following OCs: Zack Smasher, God.
You own God. Okay.
I'm pretty sure the church would the Catholic Church will take offense
A
to
lot
that.
of churches would take offense to that.
But this author doesn't go to church.
This also doesn't have a father.
I mean, that's just without saying it.
Maidenless behavior.
This indeed is in fact maidenless behavior. At the moment, this is rated 13 or 15. I may not be counting on you readers to fill me in on how sex works, so I will not add it in. Well,
Oh no. No.
Oh, I am 12 years old, and what is this?
literally fatherless behavior.
That is concerning. He's asking the reviewers.
Holy shit!
That is a massive red flag. Like,
Reviewers, I need you to tell me how sex works.
you stick this in this. Boom, done.
Tim A goes in slot B.
Alright, so the dialogue is pretty subpar. The man spins the wheel! And it lands on Fairy Tale. And he explains everything. And you get devil fruit powers, and you get the Gura Gura fruit.
Does that fruit turn you into Gura?
It does not.
It does not.
Then what's the
Sadgy.
point?
And then you get gravity powers.
Oh, it's this one.
You say that as though you recognize it.
The fucking. It's just fucking Whitebeard's fruit. It's literally one of the strongest fucking fruits in the entire fucking
It's the
series.
tremor. It basically makes earthquakes.
Oh, okay.
And it's like the strongest fruit because of the way tectonic plates work in One Piece.
I see. Gravity magic. It's a powerful magic, but not more powerful than Slayer magic. No, gravity magic's definitely more powerful than Slayer magic. As a freebie, I'll give you a hit. This magic is most useful. Strengthening your body, gravity. Stronger muscles, harder body, and can increase stamina. Harems, blah blah blah. Growth rate. This is a powerful cheat code, but useless compared to the system I'll give you. Instead, I will give you one that you need to train to become stronger. You have to train to die when they're. Oh god.
Cut Shiro some slack. He only said that once.
Once was enough.
Blah blah blah. Zack Smasher magic, quake magic, gravity magic, special growth rate status. In the void, God looked at Zack and he was like, "Ah, shit, not good." Because I had to change the systems in him, I forgot to add quests to this system. Instead of a person with no mission, no missions. This is you, Zack. You won't be reborn into Fairy Tale, but like Unknown World. Will fate allow you to stay on timeline, or will you walk another timeline? I got feeling he will meet them. That has always been your dream, Zack Smasher. No. Should I call you? No. In a way, it's fine. Maybe forgetting yourself was the best thing possible. You won't remember the darkness inside your heart.
Okay, Zemnis. Or Xehanort, whatever
Alrighty.
your name is.
Xehanort.
All right, gentlemen. It is 9:05, which, as you all know, means it's past 9 o'clock, which means, of course, it is the end. We'll see you all on Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the only time zone that matters, because there is always more, and it always gets